Maybe there is someone in your life right now who drains you just by walking into the room. A coworker who always complains, a family member who criticizes everything, a stranger who can ruin your mood with one rude sentence. You tell yourself, "I'm not going to let them get to me this time." And then they do. You go home feeling heavy, angry, or guilty, replaying the conversation in your mind. If that feels familiar, you are not broken. You're human. And this teaching from the Buddha is for you. Before we dive deeper, I'd love to invite you to support this little community of practice. If these words resonate with your experience, please take a moment to like this video, so YouTube can show it to more people who are struggling with difficult people every day. Share it with a friend or coworker who might need some calm in the middle of conflict. And if you want more simple, real-life Buddhist wisdom each week, remember to subscribe and turn on the bell. In the comments, you can write, "This is the difficult person I'm learning from," without names if you prefer. Just naming it can already be a first step to freedom. The Buddha lived in a world full of difficult people too. There were angry kings, jealous rivals, argumentative students, even bandits on the road. He never said, "When you are spiritual, everyone around you becomes nice." He said, in effect, the world is like this. Some people are wise, some are confused, some are full of pain and don't know what to do with it. His teaching is not about magically changing them. It's about changing how we meet them so we don't lose our peace or our kindness. Many of us react to difficult people in two main ways. We either explode or we swallow everything. When we explode, we fight fire with fire. We match their volume, their sarcasm, their coldness. For a moment, we feel powerful, but afterwards our chest feels tight, and our mind keeps rehearsing what we said or should have said. When we swallow everything, we stay silent on the outside but burn on the inside. We smile, nod, say it's fine, and then lie awake at night having the argument alone in our head. The Buddha offered a different path, what he called the middle way. Not screaming back, not turning into a doormat, but responding from a mind that is aware and a heart that is kind. To do that, the first thing we need is not a perfect sentence or a clever comeback. The first thing we need is space. Imagine you are standing in a supermarket line. Someone behind you sighs loudly, complains, maybe even says something rude. In a flash, your body tenses. That flash is the first arrow, the uncomfortable feeling, the shock, the irritation. You often can't control that first arrow, but the second arrow is what you do next in your mind. What's wrong with them? People are so rude. I should say something. Why does this always happen to me? The Buddha warned us about this second arrow. The first arrow hurts once. The second arrow hurts again and again. So step 1, when a difficult person appears, is simply to notice the first arrow and drop the second. Feel your feet on the floor. Feel the breath moving in and out. You might even silently label what is happening. Anger is here. Judgment is here. Fear is here. Not, "I am terrible." Not, "They are a monster." Just, "This is anger." When you name it, you create a little bit of space between you and the storm. In that space, a different choice becomes possible. The Buddha compared holding onto anger to holding a hot coal, ready to throw it at someone else. Who gets burned first? We do. Difficult people are often like that coal. We pick them up in our minds, rehearse conversations, predict future arguments, and burn ourselves all day long. When you feel yourself gripping that mental coal, planning what you'll say, imagining their face, replaying the scene, you can gently ask, who is suffering right now? Usually, it's you sitting alone with your phone or your thoughts, while the other person has no idea what's happening in your chest. This doesn't mean what they did is okay. The Buddha never said, just let people walk over you. He talked clearly about right speech, right action, and wise boundaries. But he also knew that poisoning your own heart with resentment is not protection. It's just another form of harm. So the practice is, protect yourself wisely on the outside, and protect your heart on the inside. On the outside, wise protection can be simple. You learn to say short, clear sentences. I'm not able to continue this conversation if we're shouting. I hear you're upset. Let's talk about this later. No, I can't take on that extra work. Sometimes wise protection is leaving the room, hanging up the phone, or choosing not to reply right away. In many of the scenes we imagined, you saw this: someone muting a chat, blocking a number, stepping away from an argument, choosing a different seat on the bus. That's not weakness. That's wisdom. On the inside, wise protection means training your attention. When a difficult person acts out, they are offering you an invitation. Come live inside my storm. You don't have to accept. You can feel your breath. You can notice a Buddha image on your desk, your mug, your keychain, or just in your mind. You can remember, this person is drowning in their own pain right now. I don't have to drown with them. That simple remembering already changes your energy. Your shoulders drop a little. Your jaw softens. Your eyes become less sharp. The Buddha also taught that everyone is acting from their conditions. Most difficult people are not waking up thinking, how can I ruin someone's day? They wake up with their own stress, their own childhood wounds, their own fear of not being enough, their own sense of being unseen or powerless. Their behavior is still their responsibility. But when you understand that their harshness comes from their own suffering, your heart doesn't harden in the same way. You can hold firm boundaries without hating them. You might imagine them as someone carrying an invisible, heavy backpack full of stories. No one respects me. I must always be right. If I don't attack, I'll be attacked. When they shout, criticize, or complain, that backpack is talking. It doesn't mean you have to fix them. It just means you don't have to take it so personally. Instead of thinking, what's wrong with me that they talk to me like this? You can think, this is their pain spilling over. I can protect myself and still choose not to add more hatred to the world. This way of seeing turns every encounter with a difficult person into a chance to practice. You're sitting on the bus and someone is loudly complaining? That's your breathing practice. You're at work and a coworker is negative again. That's your patience practice. You're at home and a family member starts their usual criticism. That's your boundary practice. The moment you see it as practice, you are no longer just a victim of the situation. You are a student of the Buddha, training your mind in real life. And something beautiful happens when you do this over and over. People around you may not change right away. Some of them may never change. But you change. You stop being pulled like a puppet by everyone's mood. You begin to feel a quiet strength inside, a sense that you can stay kind without being naive, firm without being cruel. That quiet strength is the positive energy you are looking for. It doesn't come from pretending everything is fine. It comes from meeting what is difficult with awareness and compassion, one ordinary moment at a time. Have you ever walked away from a conversation and thought, why did I let them control my mood again? Maybe you promised yourself you'd stay calm this time, but a single sentence from them lit a fire in your chest. If that keeps happening, it doesn't mean you're weak. It just means no one ever showed you how to protect your peace. That's what we're doing together right now. In this second part, we go deeper into the Buddha's way of dealing with difficult people, not with fake politeness or forced smiles, but with real inner strength. The Buddha taught something very simple and very powerful. You cannot always choose the people who appear in your life, but you can always train the mind that meets them. Think about that coworker who always criticizes, the relative who never has a kind word, the stranger who explodes in public. You might not be able to remove them immediately, but you can decide what kind of mind you bring to that moment. One of the most practical tools is what we could call inner stepping back. On the outside, you might still be sitting across the table, standing in line, or riding the bus. But on the inside, you take one step back and observe. Instead of being inside the storm, you become the one watching the storm. You can practice it like this. A difficult person starts talking. Your heart rate rises, your body tightens. In that exact moment, silently say to yourself, observation mode. Feel your feet on the ground. Notice the breath moving in and out at your nostrils or your chest. See their words as just sounds entering your ears, not knives aimed at your heart. Notice their face, their gestures, the tension in their body. You're not judging, you're witnessing. This tiny shift is huge. When you become the observer, you don't disappear and you don't collapse. You're still there, but now there's a small space between what they do and what you choose. That space is where freedom lives. The Buddha also spoke about right view. Right view here can be as simple as remembering 3 truths in the middle of conflict. First, this is temporary. No mood lasts forever. No conversation lasts forever. Even the most intense explosion of anger is just a passing wave. When you remember this, you don't feel as trapped. You think, okay, this is uncomfortable, but it will pass. I don't need to add extra drama. Second, this is not all of who they are. Yes, they are being harsh or selfish now, but the Buddha would remind us that every person is a mixture of light and shadow. Somewhere inside them is also a frightened child, a confused mind, a wish to be happy. Seeing this doesn't mean you excuse bad behavior. It just stops you from turning them into a monster in your mind. When we turn people into monsters, we usually end up acting like monsters ourselves. Third, this is not all of who I am. Maybe you feel small in front of them. Maybe they talk over you or make you feel stupid. Right view means remembering. You are bigger than this moment. You are not defined by one argument, one job, one relationship, or one person's opinion. When you hold this truth quietly inside, you don't need to win every battle. You just need to stay true to your own heart. Another powerful teaching from the Buddha is about intention. He said that what truly shapes us is not just what we say or do, but the intention behind it. With difficult people, it's easy to let our intention slide into, I want to hurt them back, or I just want to destroy them in this argument. That intention will burn you from the inside. Instead, you can set a different intention before you even meet them. It can be very simple. May I protect my peace. May I speak clearly, not cruelly. May I stay kind without abandoning myself. You can repeat this while holding a Buddha pendant, touching a small statue on your desk, or simply placing your hand on your heart for a second before the phone call or meeting. That quiet intention will guide your words and body language. Even if the conversation gets messy. Practical example. You're heading into a meeting with a boss who often criticizes you. As you sit down, feel the chair under you. Take one slow breath. Inside, say, may I stay calm. May I understand, not just react. During the meeting, every time you feel the heat rising, come back to the feeling of your feet on the ground and that intention in your heart. You might still feel nervous, but you'll be less likely to explode or shut down. The Buddha also encouraged us to choose wisely where we place our attention after dealing with a difficult person. This is where many of us lose energy. The conversation ends, but we keep it alive in our heads for hours or days. We rerun every word like a movie, adding more anger, more hurt, more what if. When you catch your mind replaying, you can treat it like you would treat a child reaching for a hot stove. Gently but firmly, you guide it away. No, we're not going to keep touching that. It already burned us once. Then you redirect your attention to something nourishing. Your breath, the feeling of water on your hands as you wash dishes, the sound of birds outside, the shape of your Buddha statue, the taste of your tea. This isn't avoidance. It's choosing not to feed what harms you. The problem isn't that the other person said hurtful things. The problem is that, long after they're gone, you become the one repeating them inside your own head. The Buddha invites you to stop being your own bully. Sometimes, dealing with difficult people also means making brave, practical changes. It might mean limiting the time you spend with someone. It might mean unfollowing or muting them online. It might mean having one honest conversation where you say, when you speak to me like this, I feel disrespected. I won't continue if it keeps happening. None of this is against the Buddha's teaching. In fact, this is part of compassion for yourself. The key is to act from clarity, not from revenge. You don't yell, "I'm blocking you because you're toxic," and slam the door. You quietly change your settings, adjust your schedule, choose different company. You let your actions, not your explosions, protect you. That kind of boundary keeps your energy clean. Over time, with these small, steady practices, you begin to notice a shift. The same difficult coworker complains, and you feel less hooked. The same relative starts their usual criticism, and you feel a small, surprising softness in your chest instead of rage. A stranger shouts in traffic, and you exhale instead of absorbing their poison. This is what it means to shine positive energy in front of difficult people. Not that you smile fakely or let them do whatever they want, but that you refuse to let their confusion steal your peace or your kindness. You become like a calm lake. Wind can ripple the surface, but deep down the water remains still. The Buddha never promised that difficult people would disappear, but he offered us something better. The possibility that no matter who stands in front of you, you can remain rooted in wisdom, compassion, and inner strength. That is the kind of power no one can take away from you. Have you ever noticed how one kind word from a stranger can change your whole day, but one harsh word from a difficult person can ruin it? It almost feels like their energy is stronger than yours. But the Buddha would say the opposite. Your kindness, when it is rooted in wisdom, is far more powerful than their anger. You just haven't learned how to fully use it yet. This part. We explore how to transform your energy in the middle of conflict, so you don't just survive difficult people, you actually grow because of them. The Buddha often compared the mind to a lamp. When the lamp is covered with dust, its light seems weak, but the light itself is not small. It's just hidden. Difficult people are like a strong wind that tests your lamp. If your flame is tiny and unprotected, it flickers and almost goes out. If your flame is steady and you've built a good shelter around it, the same wind only makes it dance. Oh, how do we build that shelter? One way is to practice a secret habit the Buddha taught, sending goodwill, even in silence. Next time you're near a difficult person, on the bus, at the office, at home, try this. While they are complaining or criticizing, you keep your face neutral and your body relaxed. But inside, you repeat a simple phrase. May you be free from suffering. May you find peace. You don't have to believe it 100% at first. Just let the words move through your mind instead of the usual. You're so annoying. I hate this. It's like changing the background music in your own head. This practice doesn't magically fix them. They might still be rude, but it changes you. Your chest feels less tight. Your mind feels less poisoned. You stop feeding the fire with your own anger. And sometimes, quietly, slowly, it does soften them too. People can feel when you're not fighting them in your heart, even if you still hold your boundaries. The Buddha knew that compassion is not just a feeling, it's also a posture. Think about your body when you're around a difficult person. Do your shoulders rise? Does your jaw lock? Do your arms cross tightly over your chest? Your body goes into defense mode. That's natural, but sometimes, even a tiny shift in posture can shift your whole energy. You might try uncrossing your arms, resting your hands on your lap, or lightly touching a Buddha pendant or bracelet. You can soften your gaze a little, not staring like a challenge, not avoiding like a victim, just gently present. Meanwhile, you keep breathing. Inhale, exhale, feeling the air move. This doesn't mean you agree with them. It means you refuse to let your body stay frozen in fear or aggression. The more relaxed your body is, the easier it is for your mind to stay steady. Another practice is to see difficult people as mirrors. They often reflect something back to us, our own impatience, our own ego, our own unfinished pain. When someone is bossy, it might show you how afraid you are of conflict. When someone is constantly negative, it might show you your urge to fix people so you don't have to feel uncomfortable. When someone is controlling, it might reveal how easily you give away your power. The Buddha would invite you to ask, after each difficult interaction, What is this person teaching me about myself? Not in a blaming way, but in a curious way. Maybe they're teaching you that you need to speak up. Maybe they're teaching you that you need to stop taking everything personally. Maybe they're teaching you that you still carry old wounds from childhood, and that's why certain tones of voice hurt so much. When you look at it this way, difficult people become unintentional teachers. You don't have to thank them to their face, but in your heart, you can say, "You showed me where I still get hooked. Now I know where to practice." That attitude turns irritation into growth. The Buddha also emphasized choosing where you plant your energy. Imagine your day as a garden. Every interaction is a seed. With difficult people, you often plant 2 seeds, one outside, one inside. Outside, whatever happens, happens. Maybe they shout, maybe you answer, maybe you walk away. But inside, you choose what seed to plant. Will it be bitterness? People are awful. No one respects me. Or will it be wisdom? This was painful, but I learned something. I kept my calm better than last time. I'm proud I didn't explode. After a hard moment, take 1 minute to sit quietly. Maybe by your little Buddha statue. Maybe by a window. Maybe in your parked car. Place a hand on your heart and ask, "What seed am I planting right now?" Then choose a sentence that feeds the seed you want to grow. I handled that more wisely than before. I'm learning to protect my peace. I'm allowed to walk away from disrespect. These phrases are like water for your inner garden. There is also a very practical side to radiating positive energy, small acts of kindness that have nothing to do with the difficult person. Sometimes the best way to clear their negativity from your system is to do something good for someone else. After a rough meeting, hold the elevator door for a stranger. After a tense phone call, send a kind message to a friend. After hearing someone complain for an hour, take 5 minutes to write down 3 things you're grateful for. The Buddha taught generosity as medicine for the heart. When you give time, attention, a smile, a small favor, you remind yourself that you are not just a target for other people's moods. You are a source of help in this world. That reminder lights you up from the inside. And remember, radiating positive energy doesn't mean you are always cheerful. It means that even when you're tired, even when you're hurt, you are committed to not passing your pain forward. You may still feel upset after dealing with a difficult person. That's okay. You don't have to pretend. You just keep choosing not to spill it onto the next person you meet. Imagine coming home after a hard day. Someone cut you off in traffic. Your boss was demanding. A family member sent a sharp message. You feel heavy. Instead of snapping at the first person you see, you pause in the doorway. You see a Buddha picture or statue, or you just picture one in your mind. You take 1 deep breath and say silently, "The chain of harm stops here." Then you enter, and you greet the people you love with the best presence you can offer in that moment. This is how you become different from the difficult people around you. Not by being perfect, but by being conscious. Not by never feeling anger, but by not letting anger drive the car. Your positive energy is not a fake smile. It is the quiet, steady decision to respond from your deeper self instead of your wounded self. Over time, people notice. They may still be difficult, but they sense that with you, arguments don't explode as easily. Gossip dies faster. Drama doesn't catch fire. You become like a cool stone in the middle of a hot day. Simple, solid, calming to touch. That is the power of living the Buddha's teaching in ordinary, messy, human relationships. Have you ever thought, it's easy to talk about peace, but what if the difficult person is someone I can't avoid? A parent you live with, a boss you depend on, a partner you still love, a child, a neighbor, someone who is woven into your daily life. You can't just block them, move away, or quit tomorrow. In those moments, Buddha's teaching becomes not just inspiring, but very, very real to in these cases. The Buddha would not ask you to pretend everything is fine. He would help you build 3 things: clearer boundaries, deeper understanding, and stronger self-care. These are not spiritual luxuries. They are survival skills for your heart Now let's start with boundaries. Many of us misunderstand kindness. We think kindness means always saying yes, always being available, always absorbing other people's moods. The Buddha's compassion was not like that. He spoke of right action, actions that reduce harm. Sometimes, saying yes to everything feeds harm. Saying no, kindly and clearly, can be an act of compassion for both sides. Think of a family member who always calls late at night to complain. Every time, you pick up, even when you're exhausted. You hang up feeling drained, maybe resentful. The Buddha might invite you to ask quietly, is this truly helping them? Is this truly helping me? You might find that your constant availability actually supports their habit of dumping, while leaving you emptied. At a boundary could sound like, I care about you, but I can't talk late at night anymore. I'm available earlier in the day. Or, I want to listen, but right now I'm tired and not in a good space. Can we talk tomorrow? Your voice can be calm, not harsh. Your heart can stay soft even while your words become firm. This balance is very Buddhist. Compassion with wisdom, love with clarity. With a boss, it might be, I want to do a good job and I can handle X. I'm not able to take on Y as well without affecting the quality. With a partner, it might be, when you raise your voice, I feel scared. If we start yelling, I will step away and we can talk again later when we're calm. The key is to decide your boundary before you're in the storm. When you're calm, maybe sitting by your little Buddha statue or just with your eyes closed, you can think, what am I willing to accept? What am I not willing to accept? Then imagine yourself speaking that boundary in simple, honest words. The more clearly you know your line, the easier it is to hold it when emotions are high. Deeper understanding is the next layer. The Buddha always looked underneath behavior. He saw that difficult actions grow from difficult states of mind. Fear, confusion, jealousy, insecurity, ignorance. This doesn't excuse harmful behavior, but it explains it. It gives you a different lens. Think of a controlling person. Underneath control, there is often fear. Fear of being abandoned, fear of chaos, fear of not being needed. Think of a constantly critical person. Underneath criticism, there is often a belief, if I don't find the flaws, I'll be the one blamed. If I relax, everything will fall apart. If I'm not perfect, I'm worthless. Think of someone always angry. Underneath anger, there can be sadness, shame, or feeling powerless. You don't need to psychoanalyze them, but you can silently remember, this person is suffering. This simple sentence changes your energy. Your face and body soften just a little. You may still say, no, I don't accept this behavior, but you don't add that extra layer of, you're a horrible human being. You protect yourself without poisoning yourself with hatred. Sometimes, seeing their suffering also reveals your own. Maybe their shouting reminds you of how you were spoken to as a child. Maybe their silence triggers an old fear of being abandoned. The Buddha would invite you not just to look at them, but to turn gently toward your own wound and say, this is why it hurts so much. In that moment, the difficult person becomes a mirror, showing you where your heart still needs tenderness. That's where self-care comes in, not the trendy version, but the deep, patient kind. When you live or work with difficult people, your nervous system gets tired. You're always on alert, waiting for the next comment, the next mood swing, the next explosion. Even when they're not there, your body is ready for impact. The Buddha taught mindfulness of the body for exactly this reason. Throughout your day, he would ask you to check in. How is my body right now? How is my breath? After a hard interaction, don't just jump to the next task. Give yourself 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes. Stand by a window. Sit on the edge of your bed. Go to the bathroom stall if you have to. Feel your feet on the ground. Notice your breath, without trying to fix it at first. Just watch. Then, maybe lengthen the exhale a little. In and out, slightly slower. You can place a hand on your chest or your belly and think, that was hard. May I be kind to myself? These small pauses wash some of the residue out of your system instead of letting it build up. You can also build little islands of safety in your environment. A Buddha picture near your desk, a small statue on your nightstand, a calming wallpaper on your phone, a quiet playlist you play after stressful meetings, a short walk around the block after family arguments. These are like mini temples in your day where you come back to yourself. The Buddha would also remind you to nourish yourself with good company whenever possible. If you spend most of your time with people who criticize, rage, or complain, your mind absorbs that atmosphere. You need other voices too, people who are kind, honest, and balanced. You might not have many of them in your physical life right now, but you can start where you are. You can listen to teachings, read wise words, join an online community, spend time with people who lift you up even in small ways. Every moment you spend around sanity and warmth refills your inner lamp. Then, when you go back into situations with difficult people, you're not going in empty. You've charged your heart a little. One more thing the Buddha would whisper to you. You are allowed to outgrow certain relationships. This is a tender topic. In some cases, like a job or a family member, you can't leave immediately, or maybe not at all. But in other relationships, you may feel that. As you become more aware and more peaceful, some people pull you backward again and again. The Buddha left his palace not because he hated his family, but because he knew he had to walk his own path. In your life, outgrowing someone might not mean cutting them off with anger. It might mean texting less, sharing less personal information, seeing them in group settings instead of one-on-one, or simply letting the connection fade gently over time. As you do this, you can hold them with goodwill in your heart. May you be happy in your own way, and may I walk where I'm called to grow. Through all of this, the goal is not to become numb. It's to become steady. Difficult people will still affect you. You will still have days when you snap, when you cry, when you think, I'm so tired of this. On those days, the Buddha would not scold you. He would sit beside you in the mess of your real life and remind you, you are practicing, you are learning. Every time you notice your reaction and choose even a slightly kinder response, you are already transforming your karma. Little by little, you start to see the shift. You still live or work with the same people, but you are different. You know your boundaries. You read the pain behind their behavior. You care for your nervous system. You stay connected to wise company. You begin to feel that your peace is not something fragile that others can easily steal. It is something you cultivate, protect, and strengthen from within. And in the middle of all the noise, you'll have moments, maybe standing in a doorway after a hard talk, maybe on a bus after a long day, where you feel it, a quiet, simple stillness inside. A sense that, no matter how difficult others are, you don't have to become difficult too. That stillness is the Buddha's teaching alive in you. That is your true power. Maybe you're listening to all of this and thinking, I understand the ideas, but in real life, I still lose it. I still get triggered. I still say things I regret. If that's you, I want you to hear this very clearly. The fact that you're even trying to deal with difficult people more wisely already means you are walking a very noble path. Most people never even question their reactions. You are already different. As we come to this last part, let's bring everything together in a simple, human way you can carry into your everyday life. The Buddha never said, once you practice, you will never get angry again. He knew we are human. Emotions will still come. Difficult people will still appear. What changes with practice is not that you become a robot, but that you recover faster, hurt others less, and hurt yourself less. If you shouted yesterday, if you sent that angry text, if you replayed the argument all night, start here. Forgive yourself for being a human in progress. Put a hand on your heart, right now if you can, and think, I am learning. I'm allowed to make mistakes on this path. The Buddha's compassion includes you too. From here, you can create a very simple Buddha plan for dealing with difficult people. You don't need something complicated, just 3 steps. First, notice when a difficult person appears, Your body will tell you. Tight chest, racing heart, hot face, clenched jaw. Instead of going straight into reaction, let that be your alarm. Ding. Oh, this is the moment. This is the practice. Even one conscious breath here can change the direction of the whole interaction. Second, choose in that small space the breath creates. You choose your intention. You might say silently, "May I protect my peace?" Or, "May I stay kind without abandoning myself?" Or, "The chain of harm stops with me." This doesn't magically make the other person gentle, but it gives your mind a direction, like setting a compass before you start walking. Third, respond. From that intention, you act. Sometimes responding means speaking clearly. "Please don't talk to me like that." Sometimes it means changing the subject. Sometimes it means walking away. Sometimes it means saying nothing and not absorbing their poison. Sometimes, later, it means changing your schedule, your settings, or your level of contact. Whatever you do it with as much awareness and care as you can in that moment. Afterwards, instead of replaying endlessly, you review kindly, not to punish yourself, but to learn. You might ask, where did I stay calm? Where did I get hooked? What could I try differently next time? This turns every encounter into training, not just trauma. The Buddha taught that our life is shaped not by one huge decision, but by many small, repeated choices. Every time you choose not to send the angry message, not to gossip, not to explode, you are carving a new path in your mind. At first, it feels awkward and unnatural. Over time, it becomes your new normal. Think of all those little scenes we imagined together. You on the bus, touching a Buddha keychain instead of staring at the rude person. You at work, glancing at a small Buddha statue instead of firing off a harsh email. You at home, stepping outside to breathe instead of joining the shouting. You changing your phone wallpaper, muting a chat, blocking a number, walking away. From the outside, these actions look small. Inside, they are huge. Each one says, "I refuse to let your confusion destroy my peace. I refuse to become you in order to fight you. I choose a different way." Slowly, this different way becomes visible. People may not say, "Wow, you're practicing the Dharma," but they might say things like, "You seem calmer lately," or "You don't react like you used to," or "I feel safe talking to you." That is your practice shining through. And sometimes, there will be a quiet miracle. A difficult person will soften for a moment in your presence. Maybe their voice drops. Maybe they apologize. Maybe they share a fear behind their anger. Maybe they don't change much outside, but they start being a little less harsh with you. Whether this happens or not is not fully in your control, but it becomes more possible when you show up as a steady, kind, clear presence instead of another storm. Remember, dealing with difficult people is not just about them. It's also about who you become. You are becoming someone who feels anger but doesn't let anger speak for them every time, feels fear but still sets healthy boundaries, sees others' pain without taking all of it on, refuses to pass their hurt onto the next person. That kind of person radiates a quiet, strong energy. Not loud, not showy, just steady, grounded, and kind. That is real spiritual strength. As we close, I'd like to invite you into one last short reflection. Imagine one difficult person in your life, not the most dangerous or abusive one, just someone who triggers you regularly. See their face in your mind. Notice what comes up in your body: tension, anger, sadness, tightness. Now, take a breath and silently say, "Your pain has touched my life. I will protect myself where I need to. I may not be able to change you, but I will not let you change me into someone bitter. I choose to grow wiser and kinder because of this." You don't have to feel peaceful right away. Just planting this intention is enough. The Buddha's path is not walked in one day. It is walked breath by breath, moment by moment, person by person. If this teaching has resonated with you, if it has given you even a little relief or a new way to see your situation, I'd like to ask you for a small favor that helps this message reach more hearts. If you found value here, please give this video a like. It tells YouTube that these teachings matter. Share it with someone who is also struggling with difficult people, so they know they're not alone. And if you want more simple, everyday Buddhist wisdom on relationships, healing, and inner peace, please subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next teaching. In the comments, you can complete this sentence. With difficult people, from now on I choose to. It can be something small, like breathe before I answer, or set one clear boundary, or stop replaying arguments at night. Writing it down makes it more real. Thank you for listening with an open heart. May you protect your peace. May you stay kind without abandoning yourself. May you transform every difficult encounter into a step on your path to wisdom and compassion.